My brothers and my sisters, let me ask you a question. Have you ever waited for love, prayed for love, and still felt that love was moving too slow? Have you ever sat by your window, watching other hearts join together, while yours still waited in silence? Oh, I know that feeling, that ache of delay, that whisper that says, perhaps love has forgotten me. But child, let me tell you today, love has not forgotten you. No, no, no! Love is not late. Love is being prepared. And when God holds your story, every pause has a purpose, every delay carries a lesson, and every season of waiting is shaping you into the very vessel that love can truly fill. Child, when you feel that love is delayed, I want you to remember this truth deep down in your bones. Delay is not denial. Hear me when I say it. Say it with me in your heart. Delay is not denial. Too many times, we confuse God's pauses with his absence. We think, Lord, you must not see me. Lord, you must not care. Lord, you must have forgotten me. But oh, my dear, God is never blind, never deaf, never absent. He is always watching, always hearing, always moving, even in silence. The delay you are feeling is not a closed door. It is a holy pause, a sacred breath where heaven prepares what earth cannot yet hold. I tell you this because I have seen it in my own life. There were seasons I cried for love, prayed for companionship, longed for someone to share my laughter and my tears. And when the answer did not come, I thought perhaps it would never come. But oh, how wrong I was. God was not rejecting me. He was protecting me. God was not punishing me. He was positioning me. He was saying, my child, not yet, because you deserve a love that lasts, not one that passes like smoke in the wind. Delay is a teacher. Delay is a gardener. Delay is the potter's hand shaping the clay. And sometimes what you think is a punishment is really preparation. If God gave you what you asked for too soon, it might break under the weight of your inexperience, your wounds, your unhealed places. So he delays. He lets the seed rest underground until the soil is ready to nourish it. That seed of love, my friend, is not dead. It is simply waiting for its season. And when its season comes, you will not only find love, you will find a love worthy of your waiting. So, the next time your heart whispers, "Why not now?" I want you to lift your head and answer back, because now is not best. Because my Father is still working. Because delay is not denial. And trust with every fiber of your being that the one who writes the stars into the sky is also writing the chapters of your love story. And he has not made one mistake yet. While you wait, you must come to know that God is refining you. Waiting is not wasted time. It is holy time. It is the fire where impurities fall away, the river where your rough edges are softened, the place where your heart learns the language of endurance. Too often, we think love should rush to our doorstep, sweep us off our feet, and carry us into forever without pause. But God, in his wisdom, knows that love is not meant for children's hands. Love is a treasure, and treasures require caretakers with patience, strength, and wisdom. That is why, while you are waiting, he is refining you. He refines you in the way gold is refined. Gold must be placed in the fire, melted down until it glows, so that every impurity rises to the surface. Only then can the gold be pure, only then can it shine. In the same way, God allows seasons of waiting to burn away impatience, to melt down fear, to lift out the insecurities that would poison the love you long for. Every unanswered prayer, every lonely night, every sigh you breathe is not for nothing. It is God polishing your soul, strengthening your spirit, making you ready not just to receive love, but to sustain it. Child, the refining is not always gentle. Sometimes it feels like loss, sometimes like silence, sometimes like delay. But do not mistake the heat for harm. The fire is not to destroy you, but to prepare you. It is in the fire that you learn how to forgive. It is in the fire that you learn how to speak kindly, even when no one is watching. It is in the fire that you learn how to stand tall on your own 2 feet. So when love does come, you are not leaning on another out of desperation, but standing beside them out of strength. And oh, how God teaches patience in the waiting. He stretches your spirit to hold more than you thought it could hold. He widens your heart to give more than you thought you could give. He deepens your faith so that when storms come, and they will come, your love will not be washed away. The refining process is not quick, and it is not easy, but it is necessary, because what good is a blessing if you are not prepared to carry it? What good is a promise if your hands are too weak to hold it? So when you feel the fire, do not curse it. When you feel the weight, do not despise it. Say instead, God is refining me. God is shaping me. God is preparing me for the love that will not only come, but will last. Trust that every tear is watering the soil of your soul. Trust that every delay is polishing you into the kind of person who can receive a divine love, a lasting love, a love that reflects the very heart of God. Child, hear me clearly. Before you can ever hold another's hand in love, you must first learn to hold your own. Love begins with you. Yes, it begins in the quiet chambers of your own soul, in the way you speak to yourself when nobody else can hear, in the way you cradle your own heart when the world seems too heavy to bear. Too many of us search for someone else to complete us, to fix us, to carry the weight of our broken pieces. But no one, no man, no woman, no soul under heaven was ever built to hold the burden of your healing. That, my dear, is between you and God. When you look into the mirror, do you see yourself as beloved, or do you only see what the world has told you is not enough? Do you notice your flaws before you notice your beauty? Do you whisper prayers of gratitude for your own breath, your own heartbeat, your own journey, or do you only count what you lack? Child, love begins when you stop waiting for someone else to call you worthy and start declaring it yourself. You were worthy the day God imagined you, the day He breathed life into your lungs. And until you see that, until you taste the sweetness of your own sacred worth, no earthly love will ever feel like enough. Loving yourself is not vanity, it is sanity. It is not selfishness, it is stewardship. How can you pour from a cup that is empty? How can you give joy when your own well is dry? How can you sing love songs to another when you do not even hum them to your own soul? Love of self is the first rehearsal for love of another. And do not mistake me. I do not mean arrogance. I do not mean pride. I mean the holy kind of love, the kind that says, I am God's creation, and therefore I am good. In the silence of your waiting, God is teaching you to know yourself, to find what makes you laugh, to discover what stirs your passion, to recognize what triggers your sorrow. He is teaching you to nurture your dreams, to stand firmly in your truth, to walk tall in your uniqueness. Because, my dear, if you do not know who you are, you will accept anyone who tells you who they think you should be. And that is not love, that is bondage. When you fall in love with yourself, your story, your scars, your victories, your valleys, you begin to walk differently. You no longer beg for crumbs because you know you deserve a feast. You no longer chase those who run from you because you know your presence is a gift. You no longer cling to what is breaking you because you know your wholeness is more important than temporary comfort. This kind of love anchors you. This kind of love frees you. And when that day comes when God brings someone into your life, you will not love them out of hunger or desperation. No, you will love them out of overflow. You will not say, "Complete me," because you are already whole. Instead, you will say, "Walk with me," because you already know how to walk on your own. Two whole souls standing in strength can build a love that is not shaky, not fragile, but enduring. So while you wait, do not chase love outside of yourself. Chase it within. Nurture your soul. Speak kindness to your heart. Dance with your own spirit. Love yourself so fully, so fiercely, so faithfully that when another comes, they are not the source of your joy, but the companion to it. And that, my dear, is where true love begins. Do not, my dear, do not measure your waiting against another's love story. Comparison is a thief, and it will rob you blind if you let it. It sneaks into your mind, whispering, "Look at her, she found her love so easily. Look at him, he is already married with children. And here you are, still waiting." Oh, comparison is cunning. It makes you believe you are behind, when in truth, you are right on time. Flowers do not bloom all at once. The rose does not rush to open because the sunflower has already lifted its head. Each blossom waits for its own season, and when the season is right, nothing on this earth can stop it from blooming. I tell you, comparison will have you envying what you do not even understand. You see the wedding pictures, the smiling faces, the anniversaries posted online, but you do not see the nights of tears, the arguments whispered behind closed doors, the struggles that every relationship must endure. You see the fruit, but you do not know the pruning. You see the light, but you do not know the fire that forged it. Child, do not covet another's story, because you cannot see the whole book. God did not make you a copy. He made you an original, carved with His own hand, painted with His own colors. Your path was never meant to match another's footsteps. And yet, comparison tries to convince you that if your journey looks different, then it must be less. No, no, no. Different does not mean less. Different means designed. God designs each life with intention, each love story with timing that fits like a tailored garment. And what is tailored for another will not fit you, no matter how beautiful it looks on them. Oh, but I know how the heart aches when others seem to have what you are praying for. I know how waiting can feel heavier when you are surrounded by testimonies of answered prayers. But let me remind you, God's goodness is not limited. He does not run out of blessings. He does not look at one child and say, "I have given them love, so there is none left for you." No, His storehouse is endless, His generosity boundless. Another's blessing is not your loss. It is evidence that God is still in the business of giving. And if He has done it for them, He can surely do it for you in His time. So, my dear, release the tight grip of comparison. Do not measure your timeline against your sisters, your brothers, your friends. Their chapter is not your chapter. Their season is not your season. And let me tell you this, when your season comes, it will fit you so perfectly that you will not want to trade it with anyone else. You will look back and say, "Thank God I did not rush. Thank God I did not settle. Thank God I did not measure myself by someone else's story, because what he had for me was made just for me. Walk in your lane. Celebrate the joy of others without questioning your own journey. Lift your eyes from the distractions of comparison and fix them on the God who writes your story. Trust that He has not forgotten the chapter of love. Trust that your bloom will come. And when it comes, oh, when it comes, it will not be late, it will not be early, it will be right on time, and it will be yours. Waiting child has a way of reaching into the deepest corners of your heart and asking questions you never thought to ask yourself. It presses on you like a hand on clay, molding, shaping, testing. And one of the greatest lessons of delay is this: it reveals desire. Yes, it separates the shallow from the sacred. It asks you plainly, what are you truly waiting for? What is it that you really want? Because not every longing that dresses itself in the clothes of love is truly love. Sometimes it is loneliness. Sometimes it is lust. Sometimes it is fear of being alone. And God, in His infinite mercy, will delay to expose the truth. You see, if everything you desired came instantly, you would never know whether you wanted it for its essence or simply for its presence. Waiting strips away the glitter and asks, do you desire companionship or do you desire distraction? Do you want someone to love or do you just want someone to fill the silence? Waiting shines a holy light on motives, and under that light, all things are revealed. God allows delay because He loves you too much to give you a blessing you will misuse or a gift you will mishandle. And do not be fooled, love is not a toy. It is not a game of fleeting feelings. It is a covenant, a commitment, a calling. If your heart desires only the surface, the thrill of attention, the ease of not being alone, the glitter of romance without the work of sacrifice, then love will not stand in its fullness. So the delay comes not to punish you, but to test the soil of your heart. To ask, do you want a fleeting flame, or do you want a fire that warms for a lifetime? Child, the waiting room is where God reveals whether you want the blessing or you just want relief. Because sometimes the ache of waiting is so strong, you begin to long for anything to ease it. But let me tell you, anything will not do. A temporary comfort will not do. A halfway love will not do. If you are hungry, you can eat crumbs, but crumbs will never satisfy. And God is saying, I do not want you living on crumbs. I want to prepare a feast. But to enjoy the feast, you must wait. And in the waiting, you must examine your appetite. Desire revealed in delay becomes purified. It transforms from, I just want someone, to I want the one you have prepared. It transforms from, I cannot stand being alone, to I am content, but I trust you will add what is good for me. It transforms from desperation to discernment. This is the power of waiting. It teaches you to distinguish between hunger and holiness, between craving and calling. So when you find yourself asking, why, Lord? Why must I still wait? Let your soul answer back, because God is revealing my heart, because God is showing me whether my desire is shallow or sacred. And as you learn this, you will begin to notice a change. Your prayers will shift, your desires will grow deeper. And one day, when love finally comes, you will not cling to it out of fear or emptiness. You will receive it with gratitude, with strength, with a soul that knows what it truly longs for. Delay does not deny you love. It refines your desire so that when love arrives, you will know it is real. You will know it was worth every moment of waiting. Some doors remain closed, child, Not because God has forgotten you, but because God is protecting you. You may see a delay and call it rejection, but heaven sees danger and calls it mercy. Oh, how often we cry for something, plead for someone, beg for a path to open, not realizing that on the other side of that door lies sorrow, heartbreak, or even destruction. And so, in His goodness, God holds the door shut. He lets the silence linger. He lets the waiting stretch. He says, "Not this one, my child. Not this way." That is not cruelty. That is protection. Imagine yourself walking on a road at night. You can see only what the lantern in your hand reveals. You think you know where you are going, but ahead there is a cliff, invisible to your eyes. If you keep walking in your own wisdom, you will fall. But then, suddenly, God stops you. You stumble against the stillness, confused, maybe even angry. You say, "Why, Lord? Why won't you let me move?" And then, in time, you realize that His hand was the only thing keeping you from tumbling into ruin. That, my dear, is divine protection. So it is with love. Some people look like blessings from the outside, but inside they carry storms you cannot weather. Some relationships sparkle in the beginning, but they are laced with chains that would strip you of your joy, your calling, your peace. And God, who knows the heart, who sees the end from the beginning, will delay, will close doors, will block paths, not because He wants you lonely, but because He wants you safe. Every no, every not yet, every silent answer is also a shield wrapped around you. You may think you lost time, but child, you lost nothing. You were spared from tears you were never meant to cry, from nights you were never meant to endure, from scars you were never meant to carry. Sometimes protection feels like loneliness, but when you look back, you will see that what you thought was rejection was the hand of God keeping you from harm. There are people you prayed for, but God did not allow them to stay. At the time, it felt cruel. But now, can you not see? Can you not thank Him for every unanswered prayer that was really an answered prayer in disguise? For every path He blocked that would have stolen your light. For every door He closed that would have taken you far from yourself, far from Him. His delays were never meant to punish you. They were meant to protect the treasure that is you. So the next time you feel left out, the next time love does not arrive when you think it should, the next time you watch another's story unfold faster than yours, whisper to yourself, "Perhaps I am being protected. Perhaps God is saving me from what my eyes cannot see." Let that thought comfort you. Let it strengthen you. Because God is not careless with His children. He is a father, a shelter, a guardian. He will not place you in the arms of someone unworthy. He will not rush you into a love that cannot sustain you. He will keep you, hold you, guard you until the day comes when the one who is meant for you arrives, not to harm, but to heal, not to drain, but to pour, not to destroy, but to build. And on that day, when you finally see what He was saving you for, you will lift your hands and say, "Thank you, Lord, for every delay. Thank you for every closed door. Thank you for every shield I did not recognize at the time. Because what you protected me from was not greater than what you prepared me for." Preparation, my dear, is the hidden work of God. It is the silent masterpiece He is painting while you wait. The unseen foundation He is laying while you wonder. The careful arranging of puzzle pieces you cannot yet see. We often imagine love as something that simply happens, something that bursts into our lives unannounced. But divine love, the kind that lasts, the kind that lifts, the kind that heals, is never rushed. It is prepared. It is molded. It is matured. And that is why, when love feels delayed, you must understand that God is preparing not only the blessing, but the vessel that will hold the blessing. He is preparing not only the person, but also the moment, the setting, the season in which your love can flourish. Think of a farmer planting seed. He does not toss it into barren soil and demand fruit the next day. No, he works the ground first. He removes the weeds. He tills the earth. He waters. He waits for the sun. And only then, when the ground is ready, does the seed take root and grow. You, child, are both the farmer and the soil. God is allowing this waiting to prepare the ground of your heart so that when love finally comes, it will not fall into a field full of thorns, but into a garden ready to bear fruit. And do not forget, God is preparing the other soul too. The one who will walk with you, the one who will pray with you, the one who will share your burdens and multiply your joy. Perhaps they too are still healing. Perhaps they too are being refined. Perhaps God is teaching them patience, showing them how to love themselves before they can love you rightly. If God rushed the meeting, it would be premature. Two unfinished hearts cannot sustain one another. But two refined, whole, and prepared hearts can build a love that endures storms and shines through seasons. Preparation also means timing. A blessing at the wrong time can feel like a curse. Imagine receiving the right love while still carrying unhealed wounds. You would bleed on the very person sent to help you. Imagine meeting your partner while still chained to old patterns. You would mistake their love for another burden. So God waits. He waits until the time is not just good, but best. He waits until you can recognize the difference between a counterfeit and the real thing. He waits until your hands are free to hold what He is giving. And sometimes preparation is not just about you or them. It is about the world around you. Maybe the job you have today would not allow the relationship to thrive. Maybe the city you live in is not yet the place where love can bloom. Maybe the community, the family, the circle of support has not yet been arranged. Love is not built in isolation. It needs a home, a space, a covering. And God is weaving all those threads together so that when the tapestry is revealed, it will be whole, not patchy, not hurried, but divine. So while you wait, do not see it as empty time. See it as preparation time. Use it to grow. Use it to heal. Use it to become the kind of person who can love without fear, forgive without keeping score, stand without wavering, and pour without running dry. Because the truth is this: love will not make you ready. You must already be ready when it arrives. And God, in His love for you, is making sure that when that day comes, you will not just meet your partner, you will meet them prepared. And when it happens, when two prepared hearts finally meet at the prepared time, in the prepared place, under the prepared covering of God's will, you will see why the delay was necessary. You will see why the waiting could not be shortened. You will see that every lonely night, every unanswered prayer, every season of longing was simply God's hand building something too precious to rush. And you will whisper, through tears of joy, it was worth it. Every moment of waiting, every hour of preparation was worth it for a love like this. Trust, my dear, is the golden thread that must weave through your waiting. Trust that God is not late. Trust that He is not distracted, not careless, not pacing heaven unsure of what to do with you. No, He is deliberate, intentional, precise. He has never been early, and he has never been late. He comes in the fullness of time, and the fullness of time is always the perfect time. We, in our fragile humanness, tap our feet and glance at clocks. We count years, compare calendars, sigh over birthdays spent alone. But God does not work by clocks and calendars. He works by seasons, by purpose, by the unfolding of destiny. And destiny cannot be rushed. I know the ache of waiting. I know how it feels when silence answers your prayers, when days stretch into years, when hope begins to wobble under the weight of longing. But I also know this God is not withholding joy from you. He is shaping joy for you. He is not dangling love like a carrot before your eyes, mocking your hunger. No, he is preparing a feast, and feasts take time. Do not confuse the wait with abandonment. The one who knit you together in your mother's womb, the one who numbered every hair on your head, the one who wrote your days before one of them came to be, that one has not lost track of you. The waiting is sacred. It is not empty, it is full of lessons, full of growth, full of quiet whispers from God that say, "Trust me, child. Trust that I see what you cannot see. Trust that I know what you do not know. Trust that my timing is not meant to hurt you, but to hold you steady until the blessing is ripe. Because fruit picked too early is bitter, and in love forced too soon is fragile. God loves you too much to hand you a blessing that has not reached its sweetness. There will come a day when the waiting will end. There will come a day when love will knock on your door, not as a passing visitor, but as a lifelong companion. On that day, you will not remember the frustration of delay with anger. You will remember it with gratitude. You will say, "Thank you, Lord, that you did not let me settle for less. Thank you that you kept me in your timing and not my own. Thank you that what felt late to me was right on time with you." That day will come, and when it does, every tear shed in the waiting will be transformed into laughter, every lonely night into companionship, every ache into a testimony. So trust when it is easy and when it is hard. Trust when others are celebrating their unions and you are still walking alone. Trust when your heart grows weary and your prayers feel unanswered. Trust when silence seems louder than promise. Trust that God is not slow, he is strategic. Trust that he is not ignoring you. He is orchestrating something so vast, so beautiful, so perfectly aligned that when it arrives, you will see his fingerprints all over it. And while you trust, live. Do not sit at the window only waiting. Dance in your own room, laugh in your own company, build the life God has placed before you. Because love is not meant to rescue you from living, it is meant to join you in living. And when it comes, it will not complete you. You are already whole. It will complement you. It will not define you. You are already defined by God. It will magnify the joy you already carry. So let your heart rest. Let your soul breathe. Lift your eyes from the clock and fix them on the one who holds eternity. Trust him. For he has never failed. He will not fail you now. And when his timing is revealed, you will find that it was not only right, it was perfect.